Hi, everyone, and welcome to Launch Network. This is Carmine Danisco. We are coming to you with another great show from the UIA. We are covering everything there is to know in the product, the invention, and the development field. We got the HousWares show up today. Let me bring on my co-host, Mr. Warren Tuttle. Warren, what's going on, my friend?
Hi, Carmine. Everything's great. How are you doing down in Tampa?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Not that I get political, but I got both candidates in town today, and the friggin' traffic is crazy.
I saw that. Well, congratulations.
How's it going with you, man? What's happening out in the world?
Oh, everything's great, and we're really excited today because this is our third week in a row of pitch panels. And 2 weeks ago, we did the National Hardware Show. And last week, we did the toy industry. And today, we're going to be Housewares. And we have two amazing guests today who I'll introduce in a minute. But this is part of our 10-week UIA fall webinar program. And it's really been terrific so far. Thanks, Carmen, for hosting.
Oh, so much fun, right? I mean, the UIA got to be one of the only organizations where we get so many experts repeatedly each week to help out. I mean, it's amazing to me how you get all this stuff going, how all the board members pull together on the UIA to do this.
Well, it's been terrific. And let me give a special shout out to Kathy Kierick, too, who's a director of our trade shows and has been putting all these pitch panels together. Kathy's invaluable. She spent a career at the U.S. Patent Office in Washington and just has been terrific with us. So thank you, Kathy, for all your help. So let me without further ado, Carmine, we'll get right to it. We've got two great panelists today, and I'm really thrilled to present two really good friends who are experts in the direct response television industry. Let me start with John Miller. John, welcome, principal of Hutton Miller. Maybe just give a 30-second background on you.
Sure. I've been in the direct response marketing industry for about 30 years. I come from a Fortune 500 advertising agency background, and we use the same strategy to bring products to market that you do with traditional advertising, just we do it quicker, more cost effectively. And we identify great inventions a lot quicker than a lot of other people do because we have instant feedback from our television campaigns, our digital campaigns, our web testing campaigns. And I really enjoy being in this space where we bring things to life, bring them to market, bring them to the store shelves, and watch them be used by people all over the world. So I really enjoy doing this.
Well, and you do a great job. Do you do a lot of stuff in the Housewares area?
We do. We are the marketing team behind Granite Stone Cookware for Emson. We've now expanded that line to about 16 different SKUs. It's one of the top selling cookware products in the country, which was a big plus for us. It started with an idea, and now it's pretty much sold all over the world. So that's one of our big ones. And over the 30 years, there's countless numbers of Housewares products. As you know, we saw each other at the shows every year. A lot of the things we've done with Mr. Antino. I apologize, let me get rid of that. You've seen them on the store shelves. So we've done a lot of stuff, not only in cookware, but in utility items for the home. So we've had a lot of success in the category.
No, and yes, you have. Hutton Miller's or Miller Hutton. Is Miller Hutton or Hutton Miller? I forget.
What's Hutton Miller? It sounds better.
It's one of the top DR production firms in the country. So well done. So I'd also like to introduce my really good friend, Michael Antino, principal of Merchant Media, who's been in the DR TV space for a long time with many hits. Hi, Michael. Maybe tell us.
Hi, how are you? Hi, everybody.
So give us a little background on you and what you're working on these days.
Well, I was going to say what John said. He took he said everything. Similar to John, I've been in the DR TV business over 25 years, marketing and distributing, really in a lot of different categories, housewares, hardware, toys. Almost every single one of our successes has some inventor story behind it. Warren is part of one or two of those, and it's the journey and the process. And we've been dealing with inventors for a very long time, so we understand what you guys go through, and it's really the backbone of our industry. And that's where, like I said, all our successes have an inventor's story somewhere behind it. So, it really is the lifeblood of our industry, and, we've been doing it a long time.
And I'll just add, I've known Michael a long time, and to me, he's the most singular, knowledgeable person in the DR TV business.
Wow.
history, the background, an eye for products and everything else. So you guys are going to get great feedback today from these two superstars. So without further ado, we've got 6 folks that are going to be pitched today. The rules are, guys, 4 minutes they'll get. I've got you guys on the clock. I'm just going to be a terror on this. And we're going to start with Lexa Gandolfo. And Lex has got a product called the Cargo Caddy. And Lex, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Well, you got 4 minutes and you're on the clock.
Okay. Thanks. Hi, my name is Lexa Gandolfo, and I'm the creator of Cargo Caddy. I'd first like to thank the UIA, Carmine, Warren, Kathy for putting this together and giving me this opportunity to pitch my product. I'd also like to say thanks to John and Michael for offering me feedback and advice. I really, really appreciate your time. Hopefully you all can see behind me, my green screen is a picture of the product. Cargo Caddy is a trunk organization system for SUVs and crossovers, or CUVs. Specifically, Cargo Caddy consists of a durable shelf that attaches to the rear seat back via the headrests and the back of the seat via belts. So no tools are required. Cargo Caddy provides shelf space above the trunk floor for items such as grocery bags, packages, water bottles, and other everyday items. These horizontal dividers here are optional, and they can fold down or pop out if not needed. Cargo Caddy folds up and stows flat against the seat back when not in use. See, one of the most attractive features of SUVs and CUVs are their spacious trunks, but for everyday items, this vast height of the trunk space is virtually unusable. So you end up with items piled on top of each other, grocery bags overturned, bags falling out of the trunk when opened, and other items just getting buried, making them inaccessible. Typically, SUV and CUV trunks are a complete and total mess. So Cargo Caddy solves this near universal issue for SUV and CUV owners. Carmine, if you could just roll the video, we can see how it works.
We're not counting this time against you, Lexa.
Okay. Put all of those things into the Cargo Caddy. Hey, Carmine, could you start it over, like from the beginning? Thank you. This is Cargo Caddy stowed, and an example of customizing your Cargo Caddy with your car's logo or favorite sports team. Here are some typical items a parent might store in their trunk at any given time. Stroller, diaper bag, folding chairs, umbrella, cooler, and of course, grocery bags. Now watch as I neatly put all of those things into the Cargo Caddy. Cargo Caddy is great not only for everyday items, but also for golf outings, transporting kids' sports equipment to and from practices and games, or a day at the beach or the pool. Existing cargo organization products sit on the floor of the trunk. Cargo Caddy hangs above the trunk floor, giving you a whole new level of cargo space. So you'll see nationally, SUVs and CUVs accounted for half of all US new vehicle sales in 2019, which is nearly double their market share since 2008. And worldwide, in 2019, SUV and CUV sales increased 6 times over 2010 sales. So there's a really big market out there. And just to wrap up, thanks, Carmine. Just to wrap up, Cargo Caddy makes it easy to neatly organize everyday items, saving us from constantly loading and unloading items that we need to store in our trunks. Saves us time and energy and is so much less hassle. Additionally, with Cargo Caddy, there's no more overturned groceries, items falling out of the trunk when you open the trunk, items piled on top of each other, and no more mess. Thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it and look forward to your questions.
That's a great job, Lexa.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. I'll start, Carmine.
Okay.
Yep.
Great job, Lexa. Great
Thank
job. I think a lot of things that you mentioned, first of all, it's a big category and it's a real problem. You know, especially in our industry, we're really problem solution based stuff. So this has that feel and that same sort of element. I think, how big is it?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm in the process of having the third prototype developed right now. So we're still kind of playing around with it, but this one is 42 inches in length and 12 inches in depth. And depending on the height of the seat back, with my, like I have a Suburban, and when any of those big SUVs, you'll get about 15 inches of clearance underneath.
And what, I mean, not to get too far down the road with the conversation, but what do you potentially see this as a price point at retail?
Yeah, no, that's not too far down, I don't think. I got an estimate for manufacturing costs with packaging of under $30, so $28, a little bit over $28 to be exact.
And that's what, is that metal?
So it would be ABS. It would be ABS plastic. Now there might be pieces right here that would be aluminum. This, you know, the custom pieces, but everything else would be ABS plastic, so it'd be really durable and probably support up to about 55, 60 pounds of weight.
I think what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get that cost way down. And I'm not sure where that cost is from, but you're going to need to target $39.99, I think. John, what do you think that's a price?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a crowded marketplace for organizing this stuff and John and I actually shot a commercial for one a few years back.
Right.
Recognize it. Lexa, great job, by the way. You've
Thank you.
actually identified a problem that truly exists. And our business is all about problem solution. So that's well done on your part. Well done.
Okay, great, thanks.
The other thing I wanted to tell you is, yeah, not every time they sell cargo nets, they sell all kinds of solutions. Even the SUVs you buy, when you go to the dealership or online, you'll see tons of accessories to hold groceries, to hold things rolling around. So the problem of stuff rolling around inside your, inside that area where you store stuff is a big problem for people. So, and there's a lot of solution out there. I think this is a better solution, by the way, just to let you know, okay? And why I think it's a better solution is because it takes it up off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also saving yourself floor space while bringing it up to where you're not using that space. So really nice. Couple of quick questions.
Sure.
Have you thought about the when you're manufacturing this, the footprint in retail? Is it going to be a modular piece that I can get and put together? Or did you think of it being one piece that you put in a box and take out? What were your thoughts there?
The latter. I want it to be as easy as possible for like a busy mom or dad or whatever. So you take it out of the box, it's stows, so it would be flat, and then it would open up, and then via those belts, you'd attach it to both headrests and the back of the seat. So like I said, no tools are required or anything. So I want to make it as simple as possible.
So can I jump back in, John?
Sure.
I agree with everything John said. It is a unique solution to that problem. And I have an SUV. That problem exists. It drives me crazy. And I think a lot of people, it is one of those problems that's irritating. So those are good problems because those problems people really are eager for a solution to. Where you're going with this, first of all, that packaging, you get back with John, you're going to have a 42-inch box that you need shelf space for at retail. A retailer doesn't want to give up 4 feet of space for a box. It's very, very difficult to do that. And at your current cost of goods, you're looking at, a $200 item or a $150 item.
Yeah.
So I think what you need to do is you need to look and see how you can strip cost out of that. And I think there's definitely ways to get that into a $10 maybe $12 cost of goods, and then maybe you're in a $49 or $59 range.
I'm buying that. I'm buying that at $49. I'm buying that. I want.
I think
that, right?
anything above
So $49.
that, anything above that is very almost specialty market. You're looking for an exclusive person. But for the mass market, they're solving that problem with $20, $30, $40 things. So
That's what you
you
compete
need
with.
to be near there.
Right.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah.
One more.
Do you think that it would be advisable to not even think about retail space, but or shelf space, but instead go direct to car manufacturer or?
You could do that, and there's also a D2C play here, but it's not as big a play as taking it into the retail space. So,
And I think that may be a big challenge to get,
Okay.
you know, a General Motors or someone to act on an invention may be tough. And I think Warren
here's
is
why.
able to
You want me to
speak
tell you
on
why?
that a bit, but that may be an uphill battle there. I think,
Okay.
you know, going the consumer route and, you know, having both a direct to the consumer, but also a retail presence, you know, that's where the bulk of the business would be. And that's where those things are sold.
Right. And I think from direct to consumer, if you want it, there's always that old adage, like the reason why the big guys won't, first of all, let's talk about the big guys. Let's talk about General Motors and go in there. There needs to be massive amounts of testing for this item when it comes to crash testing for the vehicle, weight testing. So the speed to market on that would be a long time, and that'd be a really hard road for you to go. Right now you have something that is functional, useful, and does the job. Okay, so as far as testing is concerned, yeah, we need some testing, but not the level of testing that we're talking about when you're talking about this type of item.
Hey guys, great.
And Lexa, one last thing. I think, I mean, you've built your ideal unit. You know, you built it with beautiful steel tubular and, you know, whatever else, you know, you built a beautiful unit. You got to back that off a certain way. You got to look at those bars and is there a plastic you could use that would, first of all, you also want to look at weight. It's a pretty big unit. You're going to have a 4-foot box and it's also going to be heavy, which, you know, you want to strip as much weight and cost out of that as possible. Now, clearly you don't want to push too far where you take the quality out and the thing's rickety and it falls apart. You don't want to do that. But, you know, you can build the ideal one, but if it's a $25 cost, you're now a $100 plus retail item. You know, you want to get yourself down, like we said, in a more commercially acceptable price range.
Right, for cold storage, that's a big number. So that's all.
Hey, great guys. Listen,
Thank you very much.
Great feedback, great presentation. Thanks, Lexa.
Thank you.
All right. Well
It's an
done.
item, Alexa. Keep going. It's an item.
So, you know, it's going to be great as John and Michael, if they want to take a little extra time, we'll try to allow that because it's great feedback. But I'm still keeping you guys to 4 minutes, no matter what. Okay. So then our next presenter, guys, is Gerald Hasig, and he's got the ErgoWare coffee cups. Gerald, are you good to go, brother?
I am ready.
All right, you are on the clock. 4 minutes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for this opportunity. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it today as Hurricane Zeta blew through New Orleans last night, and I am lucky that I have power. Go 6 blocks away from me, and you know the town is without power. So my name is Gerald Hessig. I'm a glassblower and potter, and the founder of ErgoWare, a human-centered kitchenware design brand. For 25 years, I have been designing and hand-making decorative and functional glass and ceramic art. I've been fortunate that the former 2 first ladies have my work. 5 years ago, I started to develop my flagship product, Cafe Ergo, an ergonomic coffee cup like no other. Since its inception, I have continued to make improvements to the design and discovered how I can apply this ergonomic concept to other items. ErgoWare is my lifestyle brand of ergonomic, user-friendly kitchenware, appealing to younger people for its design aesthetic and older people and those with adaptive needs because of its ease of use. People are looking for more products that make life easier, and ErgoWare is doing that by giving products an ergonomic makeover. Today, I'm showcasing my coffee cup, Cafe Ergo. It is my patented ergonomic line of coffee cups that reduce pressure and stress in the hand, wrist, and fingers. All right, Carmine, it's your turn to roll the videotape, please.
Most of us like coffee, but coffee cups are difficult to hold and lift. The handles create pressure, pain, stress, and discomfort. They are especially problematic if you have hand mobility issues. They haven't been designed to work in unison with your hand. Introducing the ErgoWare line of coffee cups that reduce pressure and stress in your hand, wrist, and fingers. Independent reviews by licensed occupational therapists confirm these benefits. In each design, the vessel fits the natural contour of the hand. The flange grip is hand use specific. They are right-handed or left-handed. The ambi grip is universal and it can be used with either hand. The held grip gives the user an additional benefit as the lifting apparatus curves around the back of the hand, keeping it securely in place. And the duo grip has 2 lifting options, the traditional handle approach or the more ergonomic grip and lift. Because the cups are double-walled and self-insulated, they only feel warm to the touch, just like any other coffee cup. The ergonomic benefits are hidden in the contemporary design, giving them mass appeal to coffee drinkers, individuals with adaptive needs, and design enthusiasts. The ErgoWare line of coffee cups is available to license.
Good music.
Well done.
I just found the music online, and it worked perfectly. You know, I am an arthritis sufferer. I have arthritis in my thumbs. I've had to give up glass blowing. And so I've made my own adaptive needs in the pottery studio as well. And, you know, 54 million Americans are sufferers of arthritis, and worldwide, that's 350 million people. But most products that are designed for the adaptive need market are really medicinal looking. And I think the people in that market are looking for items that don't draw attention to someone's shortcoming or need. And so I think I've accomplished that with these coffee cups, that, you know, it's an attractive item. It's not drawing attention to yourself. And, you know, it reduces pressure stress on your hand, wrists, and fingers. As I said, independently reviewed by licensed occupational therapists. You know, women are 2 times more likely to get arthritis than men. And women make 85% of all purchasing decisions in the home. So the target market is really women. But, you know, coffee enthusiasts, I've been selling it at the artist co-op that I'm in the quarter for the last 5 years. So I have proof of concept, proof of sales of especially the flange design. And
I'm going to cut you off, Gerald. I hate to do this, but we're a few seconds over. So good presentation. Guys, who wants to go first?
Let me jump on that, Mike. Can I grab that, Mike?
Sure.
Gerald, congratulations. Great design. The first question I have, is this the best selling?
Well, the flange design is the first design. And so that's the one that I've been selling. The other, the ambi, the duo, and the health grip are brand new. As I said, I've been improving all along. And so I really just this year was ready to come out with the other 3 designs, but that has kind of been put on hold.
Well, number one, congrats on the design. It's beautiful, really nice. I'm a big fan of glass blowers. I have a Dale Chihuly piece, so anything in that fluid motion of glass is just the most, to me, very beautiful. So number one. Number 2, where did you get your stats about it being good? You talk about occupational therapists. Just tell me what they told you about it, and did it lend to your design?
Actually, the reviews came after I had designed the product, and honestly, it just happened via osmosis. I was going to a chiropractor, and I had designed a larger cup that had just a big flat semicircle off the side that you would grab much like in a coffee cup. And I went to him and I said, hey, do you think if I made these changes, put the flange on a slant, took a cut out of it, that it would make the cup more ergonomic? And he said, yes. And that really started the ball rolling. And then after I came up with the flange design, I was doing a maker fair, and one of the volunteers was an occupational therapist. And I said, hey, would you like to review my coffee cup and tell me what you think of it? And so, you know, if you go to the website, there's a list of, yes.
Look, real quick, I want to have 2 more questions that are important. This is Warren, guys. Have you ever explored the Good Grips, folks? Because this is a Good Grips product if I've ever seen one.
OXO?
Huh?
Yeah.
OXO?
Yeah.
I have inquired with OXO, and since I'm already selling the flange grip, they are not interested. Which is why I have, you know, as I have 7 other products with this ergonomic concept. And I also worked with a local brand. It's a Southern brand called Rue Brands, and I designed for them a more ergonomic ice cream cup.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to tell you. The one thing we do, the last question I'm going to tell you, the last advice I can give you. Focus on one that you want that makes the most sense for the most amount of people. When we have so many different options, we can't tend to choose one. So if I were giving you advice to tell you, focus on your best seller, what fits the most amount of hands and solves the most amount of problems and has the best price point. So you make them ceramically. I'm sure they can be mass produced if you go to market, but focus on one design that will work best for everybody. You have more mass market appeal. So
that would be the health grip, because response that I get from people, and that's what I've done over the last 5 years, is listen to them. And they're like, oh, I think I would drop that. So this design where it curves over your hand, it is not going anywhere. You know, so people that don't have gripping abilities, it can really just rest in your hand.
It's a good niche product. For the coffee lover, it's a great niche product. I see it as a great D2C item. I see it as a great, come to my, that finds you kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then build that into mass market appeal. Because everybody drinks coffee. Everybody brushes their teeth. Most everybody drinks coffee. So you've got something here. It's just how you bring it to market and with a singular focused item and really make that your star. Mike?
Mike, you want
just to jump on what you're saying there, I don't know how much mass market appeal it has. Ergonomic has been used so many times on so many products. It's almost, we're deaf to it at this point. It's, it's like no animal testing and stuff like that we hear all the time. So ergonomic has been done often enough. I don't know if it's mass. I think what you really have been sort of hitting on the most is about those that need occupational therapy or have arthritis or have, specific ailments that these mugs are specifically made for. I think if you stick to that, you have a better chance of breaking through the clutter. There's millions of coffee mugs.
I think, Mike,
there's millions of coffee mugs. So
Mike,
I think with your focus, if you stay singularly focused on that particular market, at least in the beginning, I think your message might get heard much clearer.
It's the world's most comfortable coffee mug. And I think when we talk about arthritis and all that other stuff, it's hand fatigue, it's wrist fatigue. That's all you're talking about. I don't think it's an occupational item at all. It's the world's most comfortable coffee mug.
Yeah, it could be.
Everybody deals with these two fingers and the pain lingers. But with the world's most comfortable coffee mug, it transfers the weight to your hand so you can drink it comfortably. So you can take a couple of sips without putting it down. That's the focus. I don't think it's anything to do with occupation.
Well, let me jump in on that. Let me just give the sort of devil's advocate there. You can create that market and say that, but how many people truly are like, oh my God, I got to put my mug down because my 3 fingers are tired. I don't know if it's truly a problem to the everyday. The mass market customer might not really see it as a problem.
I know, but
most of us can hold our mug.
I'm just giving Gerald some hope to say we're in the business of creating problems we make solutions for.
I think when you try to expand, obviously that's the root. And even I like the most comfortable mug ever, even if you're focused on the occupational therapy customer.
Right. That's true.
It's like two brothers going at it. This is awesome stuff.
No, that's the good part about it. No, that's what makes it work. It's that ongoing conversation.
I love it though. Use 2 fingers or the pain lingers. I like that. That was very good. All right,
but
Gerald,
really.
Gerald, I hope you got your money's worth here.
You got your money. That's free.
But does it really?
All right. Well, that's good stuff. Thank you, guys. Gerald, nice presentation.
Thanks, Gerald.
And
thank you very much.
Stay safe down there. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go ask my wife for some coffee now.
I just had that drink, and now my wrist is killing me.
You guys are wild, fired up. All right. So now, our next presenter is Josh Osborne with the Taco Cage. Josh, are you all set there, brother? Are you ready to go?
Yes. Good afternoon. Good morning. I thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Josh, and I'm happy to introduce this new product, the Taco Cage and Handles. Can this new product help save the world? Probably. You see, everyone loves tacos, and this product cooks fresh, warm, perfectly shaped taco shells every time, making it easier for everyone to enjoy great tacos in their own home. Carmine, can you please run the video?
Man, you're getting good at this.
Hey, he's on it.
Sound. There's no sound.
I'm happy to present, no problem.
Yeah, maybe you could talk over it and describe
Let's go back and talk over. Yeah, that'd be good.
Josh, and today I would like to introduce you to the taco cage. It consists of two pieces and consists of the handles and the cage. And I have one in process right now to show you how it cooks. The benefits to this product is it solves many problems. You can either cook it in an air fryer, you can fry it, what we're doing right here, or you can bake it. And the benefits to using an oven or an air fryer, you can cook as many as you want at a time. The benefits to frying it is it's tastier, and as you can see, I'm not super health concerned. This cost $242 to manufacturer. The cage cost $1.88 to manufacturer. Well, and let's see if this is ready. It's been cooking on low for about 3 or 4 minutes here, and you have to cook them on low, otherwise it may be a little difficult to get out of the shell because it cooks to form. So we cook it on low. We're going to get the oil off here. And then we're going to bring it over here, and we're simply going to turn it upside down, and it's going to come out. So here you have it, a cooked taco shell. You can cook it to taste. You can cook it less. You can cook it more. And that pretty much sums up the video. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for your interest.
Thank you very much. So a couple more details on the taco cage. The size is about 4 inches wide. It's about 2 inches deep. It also has a volume to it. The handles are about 9 to 10 inches. Those can be adjusted, and they're strictly for grabbing the cage. I'm going to try grabbing a taco shell that I've been cooking and get it out of the cage right now. I'm currently in my kitchen, and simply I'm going to let the oil drain, and then the taco falls out, and this is the freshly cooked taco shell, ready for your enjoyment. Just add meat, vegetables, or whatever you prefer. So as I said in the video, the cage costs $1.88 to make. The handles cost $242 to make. There are many advantages to this product. You can use an air fryer, you can use an oven, you can fry it. Those options are not available on the market today. Not only that, you can put the product in the oven, and you can walk away and cut lettuce, tomatoes, whatever you like.
Josh,
Yes.
can you share with us what your taco is better than ones I can store-bought ones? Is there an advantage to this?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So I will never eat store-bought tacos. They are cold. They're in a shape. These are warm, freshly cooked shells, which do not compare to cold taco shells whatsoever.
Am I taking a soft flour tortilla, placing it in there, and then frying it up? What am I doing?
You are. You're taking a soft corn tortilla, store-bought. You're simply putting it into the cage like this, and you're careful not to touch the cage except with your handles, and then you're going to place it in the fryer or oven, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
And you're going to cook it to your desired crispiness of the shell. Then you're going to remove it, you're going to let it cool, and then you're going to enjoy a taco.
Josh, I love the category. I think tacos and similar foods, Perfect Tortilla was a big hit in DRTV. And I think it's growing. I don't necessarily think as much as it's a demographic shift, as much as I just think that Mexican food is just becoming more and more part of our everyday food. I mean, Taco Tuesdays, we have it at our house. I think a lot of people have Taco Tuesdays. So I think it's becoming more and more of a standardized food here in the United States. So I think you have a great growing category. My concern is the majority of those people eating those tacos have a real simple solution. They buy the pre-packaged, and if they want to heat them, they can put them on a sheet and put it in the oven if they want to warm them up. I tend to think that most people are lazy when it comes to everyday cooking. They're trying to minimize the work required.
I respect
for that
that.
Sort of Monday through Friday, dinner. So I'd be concerned that the majority of people are not going to want to go through the exercise just to get a freshly fried taco shell when there is a simple solution that's relatively inexpensive.
Thank you.
No, Josh, I think to Mike's point, I think it's a cost situation, but I will say from a foodie perspective, when we do a lot of food spots, I'm sure foodies would love this. I'm sure your chefs who want to make that signature taco that they call their own would love this item.
You know what? I think there's certainly a market, but I think it's a niche market of those that are really into it and really, their Taco Tuesdays, they go all out and, they're gonna be frying up their own.
I think
it's not the big sort of the big market, but the extreme in that category. I mean, it's similar to wine.
Yeah, specialty catalog item like a Hamlick or Schemicker, food catalogs, things of that nature. I think you're
maybe even higher end, like a Williams Sonoma type of.
Right. Sur La Table, that kind of thing. I think your design is really great, by the way. I think your utility, the way you use it, is brilliant. I think no touch. I think the fact that you can bang it out really quick is great. Stovetop, air fry, oven, brilliant, because it adds perceived quality to what on the outside doesn't look like much because it's a rack and a tong. So I think the story of it is really important when you are going to market to tell the story effectively. I think there needs to be a little more like the fast, easy way to make taco shells in your house every day or something like that. Something really simple, But other than that, it's brilliant design. I think there's a niche for it. And I wish you congratulations and much luck with it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, by the way, it also serves as a holder, right? I mean, both it helps you prepare it and to hold them. I mean, upright holder, you could put 5 tacos in it, or.
Well, yes. Well, you can buy as many cages as you like and cook 10 of them at a time in the oven or your fryer or however you prefer. You can really only get 1 tortilla in each cage, or you can't get them out.
Well, there's your point. There's your thanks, Warren. One last point.
Yep.
Josh, there's a multiple. You need to sell a set of these because the single-use one is. So we need to sell 3, 6
at least. Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
Cool.
Great.
So when you
all right, thanks guys. Thanks Josh. Good presentation. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, and you can go back to cooking now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have lunch. Thank you.
I'm gonna have a cup of coffee with my new coffee cup, some tacos. And when I get to the grocery store, I'm gonna store all my stuff in my cargo caddy.
Yeah, I'm going to Taco Bell when we're done
There
here.
you go.
Okay. All right. So our next product is the cover hood, and we have Tamaj Amiri. Tamaj, are you here with us, brother?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, are you ready to go? If you are, you're on the clock for 4 minutes. Go ahead.
Of course. Hi, I'm Tumay Amiri, the founder of Advocacy, which is an innovation consultant based in Sweden. Today, I'm going to show you one of my solutions for the kitchen hoods problems, which is mainly about the scattering of cooking vapors into the kitchen space before they can reach to the fans. Consequently, an unpleasant cooking odors remains in the kitchen and the room's air gets polluted. Today, the users usually compensate this problem by using the higher degrees of fan power, but this is not only producing higher amounts of annoying noise, there is no much difference in the results. There are also some solutions product already in the market for this problem, but they are mostly expensive and make an excessive noise and energy consumption. But I found a simple solution for it, which is making an enclosure around the hood by using some built-in panels, which insulate the space and guide the cooking vapors into the fans before they can, and prevent them to be spread in the kitchen. So the lower fan power can be used and less noise will be produced. Users can watch the food from outside the enclosure, and for steering the food, they can open the front panel as much as they need. And when it's not needed, the panels can be retracted under the hood, and the hood can be used like a normal hood. Carmine, if you can play the video for me, I would be pleased. So we have cleaner rooms and healthier air inside the room. There are two options for using this product. It can be used as a standalone product mounting to a hood, or as a one product, it can be integrated into a hood. It costs around $20 to produce it in batches of 1,000 units, and the retail price will be around $90 for a standalone product and $150 for the island model, which is integrated to a hood. I hold the US patent for it, granted in November 2019, and I would like to license it for manufacturing and marketing.
Great.
Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer your further question.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
So you demonstrated on a standalone center island-like burner. What if it's a normal stove that's kind of has a back to it, or it's put against a wall? Can it come down on all four sides still, or is it now on three sides? And have you looked at that, or does it only work with a stove that looks like that?
Both is possible. There is one option that can mount it to a hood from the top and cover three sides in the wall model hood. Or there is some, as you've seen in the video, there is some design for the other mechanism for the island model.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's a brilliant design, by the way. Just to let you know, brilliant design. Well done. Well done to you.
Thank you.
Have you looked at Zephyr? Talked to the Zephyr people who make they're one of the biggest range hood providers in this country, and I think worldwide. Have you reached out to anybody like that, or ProLine or Z-Line or KitchenAid or anything like that?
Not really, because I'm not in the US, in Sweden.
No, and, as they are worldwide. One of the things that I think this is because I have a gas stove at my house, I think this is an installation piece when they put in the actual stove. I think you're selling yourself short on the $20 version. I think you should focus on the high-end gas ranges out there, and I think this should come with it. I think it should be an add-on. Like if I want to deluxe my range hood, I can deluxe upgrade with your item on my range hood. So I
agree with John. I think you may have it. I think if you have it built in with a manufacturer, you'll obviously customize the design to fit the stove perfectly. I think if you're trying to do this aftermarket, and you're going to run into a lot of problems with the different sizes or shapes or structures of the hoods, and getting it to be really airtight almost. If you have a back panel that's open and you're letting some smell out, and you're only doing 60% of the job or 70% of the job, I don't think people are going to find it worth the installation and everything just to get part job. If I can still smell the fish in the kitchen, it might be smell a little less, but I'm not completely satisfied.
Have you thought about, are there any fire regulations or anything? Have you fire tested that? If a grease fire comes up and things of that nature, have you thought of any of that?
Exactly. I found a suitable material for that. It's called, it's based on the normative for the hoods. So yes, it's some polycarbonate with some special films to it, and they are self-extinguished. So yes.
Well, I think you've done a great job in the design. I think the real road to take is to solicit these range hood manufacturers, and there are many of them all over the world, because this innovation could add perceived value to their range hoods, especially in the high end. Because you're talking Wolf, you have a Wolf stove, a gas stove. Zephyr usually puts in the thing. I would have deluxe upgraded to this for my house in a heartbeat.
And a relatively inexpensive. I mean, $20 cost of goods is relatively inexpensive too.
You know what I mean? And it adds a lot of perceived value. So it has that thing going for it: low cost of goods, high perceived value. So
a very high margin accessory.
So well done.
Cool. Well, nice job. And where in Sweden are you, Tomáš?
Yes, I'm in Halmstad. It's a small town near Gothenburg.
Near Gothenburg. So you're on the West Coast.
Yes, exactly.
Very nice. I've been there. All right. Well, thank you for spending time with us. And you must be about 8 o'clock at night now there, right?
Yes, exactly. It's about 7:45.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me and this
Good luck with
opportunity.
it. Good luck with it. You did a great
Thank you.
job. Good luck.
Stay in
Thank
touch.
you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Our next guest is Cassandra Chambers, the Ravens fan.
Hey.
Yeah. And she has a product called the LD Portable Microwave. Cassandra, how are you feeling? You ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. You were born ready, right? So you got 4 minutes and I'm going to start the clock right now. Go ahead.
Okay, Carmichael, can you just show the pictures that I sent, the slides? I think it's like 3 pictures.
I have a video. Does that show the pictures?
No, I don't have a video. I just have pictures.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me see what it plays.
I think there are pictures in there, Carmine.
Okay. That would make sense.
Nope, wrong video.
I knew that.
My fault.
Hold on. Your product is exactly the same as
How coincidental.
Oh my goodness.
What are the odds?
I've been ripped off.
Easy. You guys know each other?
Oh. But while he's pulling it up, my name is Cassandra Chambers. As y'all can see, I'm from Baltimore. Go Ravens. My idea is a portable lunchbox. If you guys can see the picture, we can wait on it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good need. I'm a mom of a volleyball player, and she loves the idea for me to be able to warm her food up on the car ride home. My boyfriend is also in the transportation world, and he drives a tractor trailer. For me to give him some spaghetti that he can warm up on the road, he will love it. So I think the world is ready for this portable microwave.
I'm ready. Come on, Carmine.
I can see it. I'm ready for portable microwave.
For God's sakes, Carmine, will you show the damn thing? I'm ready.
Hold on.
First there was the gas grill. Now there's the portable microwave.
Is anybody a 30 Rock fan?
No, I watched
It's a great episode. It's a great episode where GE is trying to introduce a new microwave, and they go with a mini microwave that they call the fun cooker. It's a very funny episode. No 30 Rock fans?
I didn't see that.
Sorry.
We're too busy working. Can't watch TV.
Who watches TV nowadays?
I'm going to talk a little bit about it if I can, you guys.
Go ahead.
It's just a basic lunch bag. You guys can see this big baby right here. It's a regular lunch bag, salt and pepper. What I want that product to do is warm up your lunch while you're on the go. It also will come with a car charger to plug it in, or a socket to plug it in as well. And that's the basic idea I was going for.
Okay.
So it plugs into your car outlet, and then so it has a power base in the base of the pack.
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
All right. What we're going to call this is the heat and eat lunchbox, right? Portable microwave scares me. It just scares me.
It scares you? Okay.
Yeah. But if I can take something that will make a lunchbox and turn it into something I can heat my food up with, yes, that's a lot more palatable for me as a consumer, right? You tell me I'm bringing a microwave into my car. No, what I want to do is I want a heat and eat lunchbox. That doesn't exist, right? So if you can tell me that I could put a warmer inside a lunchbox, that I could take all my food in, maybe we put a timer on it, we get a certain temperature that it warms up to that's not dangerous to touch, but just gives you that little bit of heat, so it's better to eat, right? So you get more of that home cooked taste. Yes. I like that better than a portable microwave, right?
Okay.
I think the lunchbox industry is a commodity industry, right? Right. But for the people who are your bus drivers, your truck drivers, your kids who are going along schools, yeah, this might be something they want, because there's been no real innovation except for, and it was a really big company, and there's still a really big company, the company that invented the lunchbox that you stick in the fridge or in the freezer overnight. It freezes up, you fold it out, you put your kids' lunch in, and they take that. That was a big item, and I think it's still a big item, but no one's gone the route of heat. So I think there's an opportunity there to take, I think there's white space. Have you done your homework on people who, is there anything else that you researched out there that might be close?
No. I'm just started. I just got a patent for it for 12 months. So this is the beginning. You're the first people I've talked to. I'm a beginner.
I got a couple of questions. First of all, I think there is a huge market. I mean, anyone who's in any of the construction trades, I don't care if you have painters at your house or you're having a house built, or they all schlep a microwave to the job site every day. Somebody has this beat up microwave that they schlepped, and at lunch, they all heat up their food. But every single construction trade does it. They all do it. So there's certainly a market for heating up your food at lunch. And I think the bringing your own lunch market has expanded, and even some of the lunchbox, you see a lot more high-end, I forget exactly what they call the lunch boxes, but you see a lot more high-end stuff being created into that category. So there's clearly a need. My concern is, how have you designed this yet? I mean, you have a patent, but I mean, is this just a traditional microwave miniaturized and shrunken down and put into a bag?
I don't know how to answer that question. Like I said, it's the beginning of my invention. I just got started. All I did was get it patented, a couple of pictures drawn the way I wanted to look, and I got it patented. And then I'm talking to you guys.
Mike, are there UL issues? Because she's gonna have UL.
Well,
device,
I mean,
right?
I don't know. I mean, microwaves are. I mean, I don't know, because it's portable.
I don't know with Mike. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a heating element that you can use that can be. And I don't know this because I haven't done the homework, but something you can use as a heating element inside a box of some sort that's cool on the outside, heats up on the inside. And I don't know what that is yet, but I think the concept of lunch heating up where you are is a good concept. I don't know how we're achieving it works yet. I don't know if it's something that can be done, but I think lunch being heated up in a box, taken with you wherever you go, is a great idea.
Yeah, so let me suggest there's
if you could design it and pull it off at the right price, I think there's certainly a market for it.
Yeah.
There's a company called Built, B-U-I-L-T. You can Google them and look them up. They are in this category. They're a bigger player in it. I have looked at several submissions. It can get technical. If you don't belong to an inventor club or know of one, I do know there's one in the capital area. Right now they're meeting virtually. It's Lexa, what's the name of your group? Oh, you're muted. What's that?
There they go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. There's the Inventors Association of the capital area. You might check them out online.
Sorry, Warren, I was muted. It's dcinventors.org.
Oh, dcinventors.org. Okay.
Yeah, it's Inca, I-N-C-A.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you might attend their monthly meetings and get to know a few people to learn a little bit more as you're a beginner in all this.
Nice drawing, though. Nice drawing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. It's can you pull it off? You got to look at a lot of different things. How much will it weigh? How durable will it be? I mean, if you're taking a lunchbox, it's gonna go under some stress and get banged around a little bit somewhere. And if you can do it for the right price, I mean, it certainly is an interesting thing.
And there might be some restrictions to carrying a microwave into places. I don't know.
It could be.
I'm sorry. I live in today's world. I'm so sorry. Put that into you.
You need to look at that. And I would look at that early before you put too much work in to see if perhaps, there are some, go look at an instruction booklet for a microwave and see if they have any warnings against, transporting or moving it or something. I don't know. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't.
There's a good idea in heat and eat, portable heat and eat. Portable heat and eat.
Heat and eat. I like that.
Drop the lines.
I'm just saying there is a market for that.
Well, it's a great idea. It's a big idea. And looks like you have a little bit of work to do, but hopefully educationally, look up Built, look up Inca, INCA, the Inventors Network, whatever that was that Lexa said before, but it's the inventor area, the capital area. And you just have to kind of get up to speed, and every day you're going to learn a little bit more,
Yes, I'm definitely learning today. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, good. Well, thanks for coming on.
Good luck
on your journey.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a couple more, right, Kathy? So we've got the tooth diary. from Babek. I know I'm going to pronounce your last name wrong. So Babek, why don't you just tell us your last name and we'll skip that. Make it easy.
Yes. Name is Babak. Last name is Furutampur. Happy to be here, guys. Warren, you and I met a while back in San Diego.
Yes.
You were super kind. We sat down and I pitched you like 4 or 5 ideas, and you were really gave me some great feedback. So thanks for your time. And Carmen, I really like your podcast, and I've found it very valuable. So we're in great company here. So as all the inventors pitching you guys ideas, it's an honor. Well,
it's good to see you again. And sorry I didn't recognize, but now I remember. And, must have been in my younger days when I was nicer than I am. Yeah. So, but you're on the clock now for 4 minutes. So with the tooth diary, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, guys. So again, I'm Babak, and you know, my mind, I like to solve problems. And when my kids were younger, a lot of the issues that they had, I would try to solve. So you may have seen a TV show called The Toy Box. I was on there and I was trying to solve a problem of taking multiple sports balls to the park. So it was called the Arya Ball. And it was a soccer with a football inside and a Frisbee. Long story short, I didn't win the show, and my costs weren't, my profit margins were too low on a sports ball. The market wanted $19.99 and my costs were $12. So since then I've kind of looked at, I took the focus off my son and started focusing on my daughter to see what problems she was having that I could work on. And we came up with, her and I together, something called the Tooth Diary. So it's a doll that young kids can kind of have in their room and kind of play with, but it's also a great way for kids and the tooth fairy to manage their baby teeth and the notes, because really the problem it solves is, as parents, we would love to keep, you know, those cute little notes that our kids wrote. And so we kind of took a toy and combined it with a tooth fairy keepsake. And so it's a tooth fairy doll. I'll let Carmine play the video. It'll tell you more about it.
The Tooth Diary, the first and only tooth fairy keepsake doll that keeps those precious teeth and the notes together. After your child loses their tooth, they simply grab their doll, pull out a tube from the inside of the doll, and carefully place their teeth inside. They then close the tube and use the included notes and mechanical pencil to write their friend a little note of what they would like. They then roll up the note and carefully push it inside the tube. They can now put the tube underneath their pillow, and once they wake up in the morning, hopefully the tooth fairies brought them their special treat. After all the tubes have been used up, they can then write a new note for the tooth fairy, asking them to bring all those teeth and notes back. When the tooth fairy delivers, they can then take all those notes and teeth, put it back inside their doll, and they can then give it to their mom and dad for them to cherish forever. The Tooth Diary, the first and only tooth fairy keepsake doll.
I know a lot of moms who would want one of those.
Cute idea. I think it may be a niche market. I think, I mean, at a certain age and certain, you know, it's a niche of the overall kid market. But it's a cute idea. I think in the right setting, it could sell.
Can I just talk to the design and the thought process that went behind that? I think that's genius, by the way, how you laid that all out. Because I'm thinking, what could it be? A box and you put your teeth in it? But the way you made the little vessels and the notes and how it all fit into each other, well done, sir. Well done.
Oh, appreciate it, John. Thanks.
There's a lot of substance there. So for me, I think this is specialty, to Mike's point, specialty catalog to those moms who, you know, I think that it's a keepsake, it's a collectible, it's that kind of market space. It's a grandma maybe wants to buy it for her granddaughter. It's the characters you created are so cute, by the way. Did you do that?
I did actually, yeah.
Cute. And you listen, if you want to bring out the line, these are the first two, then you create other different characters. So you could build on the character set there. But I think the first two are well done. I think they appeal to, you know, that cute factor. Because in plush toys, we have the #1 toy in the United States right now with a product called Happy Nappers, right? And the thing about Happy Nappers is the design of the characters and the faces. And you've done a great job there. So
Awesome, thanks.
one of the key things that I would do if I was you is, it's one of those, this is one of those groundswells, D2C groundswells that, you know, we've got to start selling 1 or 2 on the web to 1 or 2 people. They start talking about it on Facebook. You know, maybe someone does a TikTok video for it. Maybe there's an Instagram post about it. I just find the cutest thing. And it starts to become that viral kind of thing, right? And then you look at other markets and other opportunities. But how did you manufacture that? How did you have that manufactured?
That was 3D printed. Those were 3D prints. And the patent looks to be granted. We're going back with the examiner, but looks like the patent will get granted too.
Yeah, so I create a GIF, put it up on a site, and see if anybody bites. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get someone who has maybe an eBay presence or someone who has a selling site already, and I'd put it up, you know, Etsy. Etsy would be a great place for this. Etsy would be the place for this, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think you can get a very good read doing some Facebook ads. I think because you could really focus in on your market, you know, via the different ways of whittling down exactly what that list is that you get on Facebook. So I really think you could get to the sort of mommy blog sort of customer base and narrow down, and for relatively short money, you could get some feedback. I mean, if you can really narrow down to your ideal demographic and you can't make it work there, then, you know, you got bigger, broader problems. But I think Facebook can can get that relatively inexpensively for you.
And it just goes, and once you get that read, you'll see how big it can be. You know, I always believe one of the key things I say for inventors is that, you know, you don't want one $1,000 brick in the wall. You want 20 $1,000 bricks. So this might be this idea that leads to another idea that leads to another idea, because oral care is a big category for kids. Mike was in it. Yep. Mike was in it in a big way. You know, he did the toothbrush where you push the character.
Touch and brush. Touch and brush,
right. And then that became SpongeBob Touch and Brush. So yep. I think that's kind of a progression of where you could go. You know, so well done, very well done.
How much do kids get now for a tooth? You know, it used to be like a crap.
They were asking.
Warren, they want gift cards. It's like they want Amazon gift cards now. God. And I'm like, well, I used to get 50. I'm 50 years old. I used to get 50 cents, and it's like
$1, I was jumping up and down $1. Are you kidding?
I don't know if that was your daughter, but whoever it was pulling the tooth out, and I was thinking, you know, if there was enough money in it, it might just, you know.
No, but that's the fantasy. There's a fantasy piece to that. You know, we had the tooth fairy till up about 7 years old, maybe 6, maybe 5, 6. After that, the tooth fairy goes away. So.
Yeah, I think to your point, guys, I think Facebook ads, influencers, TikTok, getting it some traction, and then really trying to see if I can target it to baby showers, you know, moms, grandmas. If I can find that audience on face and on social media with a little bit of virality, if you will, it could be a nice.
Get it to a mommy blogger. Get it to a mommy bloggers. There's a ton of mommy bloggers. You get even send it to her for free. And say, I was just sent the most amazing thing. So we do a lot with mommy bloggers. You know, we send them the products. Like when we introduce Boxy Girls, we send it out to a bunch of mommy bloggers. And the residual benefit of that was fantastic. So I think you've got a good plan in place to kind of get a read. But I think it's something you can get a read on.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Very creative, very interesting and different than anything I've ever seen, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I've never seen anything like it. Absolutely not.
So, hey, Kathy, do we have one? I only have a list of 6, but I see Damien here on the screen. We have a 7th or?
Yes, we do. Damien. Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Well, excuse me. Hey, Damien, is it Damien Higgin?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, Damien, hi. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Where are you located?
We're in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we're looking forward to it. And you're our cleanup hitter, brother. And you have 4 minutes and you're on the clock.
All right. Well, Warren, Michael, Carmine, I very much appreciate your work with UIA as well as the time to share my idea today. We're all familiar with the risk associated with raw meat, whether it's E. coli, salmonella. They get a lot of headlines and for good reason. They they get about 48 million people in America alone sick each year. That's 1 in 6. 3,000 of those, unfortunately, actually result in death. So there's a good reason why we practice good hygiene throughout our kitchen. We wash our hands, our knives, our spatulas, our countertops, cutting boards, all that for good reason. But as I've been examining how we cook, there's one piece that's missing, and it's this guy right here. As we're doing Taco Tuesdays and utilizing the taco cage, we take our ground up meat, chicken, whatever the case may be, put it in our skillet here. Like most people, chop it up, make sure that it's all separated so it can cook thoroughly and completely, so we don't get anybody sick. But what are we doing with this guy here? This is covered in whatever the pathogen may be, and like most Americans, we just set it aside. Now, the meat is being cooked, being sterilized by heat. The spatula isn't at all. So it's covered with, whether it's E. coli, salmonella, can cause cramps, diarrhea, vomiting, not appetizing stuff. But, and then the next step, of course, is we stir it a little more, recontaminate the food, do it again and again and again, and then even potentially at the end, when we're serving it, we utilize that there. And so we are causing some serious potential contamination that would lead to food poisoning. If we were actually trying to get somebody sick, this might be a good way to get that done. Fortunately, we're not trying to do this. This problem isn't new. We've been dealing with this for decades, probably centuries, cooking with sticks and stuff. But with food production processes the way they are today, we're actually upping our pathogen loads. And then with the public's hyper awareness of pathogens, partially from COVID, partially from outbreaks from foodborne illness, I think now's the time to take a stab at solving this. So what we do is a couple ways to fix this. You can have 10 spatulas. Every time you go to stir it, use a new spatula. If you're like me, you're short on kitchen storage space as it is. So that's not a viable option for most American families. You can use chemicals like ozone and chlorine. I don't know about you, but beef day hypochlorite doesn't sound exactly appetizing. So that one's out. I like to be inspired by nature, and we have a fusion-powered irradiation disinfection machine that we're all familiar with, the sun. And the sun sends out all kinds of light that we receive. A lot of it we can see, some of it ultraviolet that we can't see. There's 3 types, UV, A, B, and C. C is actually the most harmful to biology, but it's blocked by most of the atmosphere, almost completely blocked by the atmosphere. So that happens to be particularly detrimental to bacteria and other pathogens. And so we mimic the sun and combine it with today's newest technology, LED. They actually now have ultraviolet LEDs in all spectrums. And so what we do is put some of those right in the handle, and we can direct that light either to the head.
Damien, I'm going to let you go on because you're our last person, but you just hit 4 minutes. Just from a learning standpoint,
wow.
You want to make sure you tuck that pitch in, but keep going because it's all great time now.
So we can either direct that light to the head or the handle. The head for cooking, the handle for like a buffet serving spoon type situation, and therefore disinfect that. So there's the markets we're targeting about 120 million households. They all have multiple spatulas. We're utilizing an exchangeable head, so spatula, spoon, fork, scraper, so you can make your whole kitchen safe. About 600,000 restaurants, about 2/3 receive food safety violations. Chipotle was fined $25 million. Their stock went down 10%. So I think there's a market in the commercial as well. Yeah.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
It's the world's first self-sterilizing spatula. You know that UVC, because we do a lot of UVC items, UVC has been proven, and you can say the claims to kill 99.9% of germs, viruses, not viruses so much, but pathogens and bacteria. So from that perspective, it's a great idea. by the way.
And even at $1 LED, widely available $1, you can get
UVC lights.
99.999.
Keep it up. Have you sent this for manufacturing? Do you have a manufactured cost at all?
Nope, just got our provisional patent a month ago. Yeah, we haven't taken.
I think your cost. I think it's a great idea. Obviously, everybody's very hypersensitive to viruses, germs of all sorts. That I think it's a fantastic idea. Have you done the engineering to how you're going to angle that light to make sure that you're getting 100%, 99.99%?
Yeah. So we have the handle with the UV LED in it, a little fiber optic cable that brings that light to the head, and then the head is actually a diffuser. It's semi-translucent so that it irradiates the head or the handle in the same manner.
Have you done any testing where you I'm sure you haven't, but we can do this, where you've exposed your spatula to any kind of pathogen and then shine the light on it and tested any of that? You haven't done any of that, have you?
Nope. This is all based on literature. I'm in recycled water, so I'm familiar with pathogens and exposure routes, and okay. I could talk log removals all day and that. But
David, how long does it take?
Say that
How
again?
long does it take? I hit the button, I have to hold it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds?
You can disinfect in 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Oh, hold on. That's counterintuitive. I know. Tell me how you know that.
Well, so at 0.5 watts, we're looking for about 0.01. Yeah, I've got all the math, but
don't worry about the math. Just give me the 30,000 foot view. You're telling me in seconds you can disinfect. I've not been told that. I think you have to slowly move the UVC technology that I know of, and we have UVC technology. We do the sharper image. It's in Home Depot if you see it. We did the sharper image phone sanitizing. It's in sharper.
There's a point there. UVC is absorbed.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, sorry. UVC is absorbed by nitrogen in the air. So when you have a gap and you're disinfecting a surface, it's much different than when you don't have any air and you're disinfecting a surface of a spatula.
Okay.
So that is a big difference. And yeah, running the numbers.
Is there any research on spatula contamination in the United States caused by spatula contamination?
Besides, no, I haven't found it.
Okay.
I think you have a great demo because you could actually, if it's 4 seconds, you just shoot one straight live demo.
It's a black light
in the dark with the black light. You see all the nasty
stuff
at the bottom and watch it go away.
It's a black light demo to show. No, that's what it is. But there's been cutting boards that do that too, and it's been a hard pitch previously because right, Mike, we
have a lot of experience over the last 10 or 15 years with the UV, and to John's point, it really never caught on as easily as it could have because it does take time. So even the wand that people get, you can bring it to the grocery store. It's not just wipe it over. You have to go back and forth over a certain period of time in order to actually do it. So, when people actually find that out, they realize it's not as just easy as just wipe, just swiping it over.
By the way, I can help you with the design piece. If you put a reflective piece, if the spatula itself, if you put a tip on it, as opposed to being straight out and it reflects the UVC back into the spatula, you're more likely to sterilize because we've done 3 things so far. We've done an item that was a giant box, okay, from Clean Zone that sterilizes big things. And they used reflective technology to bounce the UV light back so it fully surrounds the piece to sterilize, right? So if you niche that on the bottom, just a little bit, not a lot, and made it reflect back, you probably could make a bigger claim of quicker sterilization. That's just a thought. But there's nowadays, because of where we are, this could be an item, right?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Now, as the world's first self-sterilizing spatula, my son makes cheeseburger rolls every day and does exactly what you were doing with the spatula. spreads the meat, moves the meat, turns the meat, and you're absolutely right. It goes from raw to cooked, and I never knew what that was doing. So.
Yeah. So, Damien, do you need 2 of these UV lights, one on the front, one on the back, so you're getting both sides of the spatula?
No, I think we can, I mean, the UV lights are cheap enough. That is certainly an option, but I think you could switch it between 2 fiber optic delivery pathways.
And have you built a prototype yet?
Nope, not yet. We're working on it. We have a 3D rendering, and but we're not there yet.
Do you plan AA batteries, or is this a USB?
AA batteries, likely.
Okay, but I would, in your design as a deluxeable feature, because we always like to upgrade people, please look at a USB charging option.
Yeah.
You'll have that.
It's going to come down to how long and how many times can you use it on the battery powered. You may be able to even make it. I mean, if you need 2 batteries, obviously you have that size you have to build into the handle now.
Yeah.
If you use the USB, I think you could actually make it thinner and make it almost identical to an existing one.
Yeah.
Hey, Damien, let me add something else as a Housewares person.
Yeah.
I've got many submissions with multiple heads. And it's not a great idea. What happens is the heads are easily lost. So try to make, you can have an assortment of several different tools, but make each one separate and unto itself.
Well said, Warren. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. They never seem to work, the multiple head ones. Nobody likes that.
Well, you want to sell a kit. You want to sell the real value. If you look at it, you go to the store, they sell the spatula, the fork, the blank, and it's all a 4-pack. You know what I'm saying? There's more perceived value in a 4-pack. I can get $20 for a 4-pack. You know what I mean? Or even, whatever.
That's 100%. The other thing is, when you do your future pitches, and this is all meant to be a learning experience, you can sum up the dangers in 30 seconds. We all got it. We all understand the issue. Yeah. And then you can spend the bulk of your time talking about your solution.
Yeah, you buried the lead, man. That was the lead. When you told me it was a the sterilizing thing, I was like, whoa, there we go.
Yeah,
appreciate the feedback.
I also think, Damien, you really want to, and I don't know the cost of the UV LEDs, but the LEDs in general, even the best and the brightest have gone down. They're now pennies, all of them.
Oh, we're doing something that's revolutionary tied to the phone now, and that's all I can tell you. But
what is it? What is it?
Very inexpensive. Very inexpensive.
But Damien, I think you can build this in where your cost really shouldn't be that. I mean, maybe you're in for under $1, so your retail cost to the consumer can really be competitive with your standard spatula, because that's your competition. You have to remember that's your competition.
Yeah.
Your competition is a $2 spatula that someone could just rinse on, wash under. They're in the kitchen cooking. They generally have a sink right there, and they could wash it before they go for the final,
but Mike,
your competition is very inexpensive, and it's not that big. So I don't think you can be too premium priced.
You put a name on this though. You put a KitchenAid name on. You put a sharper
image or something along those lines.
Sharper image self-sterilizing spatulas all day long.
Yeah, self-sterilizing spatula. It's a good pitch.
By Sharper Image, I think that's it. I mean,
but you got to build a prototype, and you got to start to figure out the details.
And you got to prove
whether or not you truly need only 1 or you need 2. Is it 4 seconds? I mean, you got to truly build it and figure it out, and then there might be something there.
The main thing you got to do is it's easy to talk UVC and lean on historical data that tells us what UVC does. You've got to figure out how you have to get yours tested, your specific product, because the FTC and the FDA have specific rules for making that 99.9 kills 99.9% of germs, bacteria, and whatever, so pathogens. So you got to use yours. You can't lean on the other stuff to sell yours. You've got to get it tested.
It's a good idea. You need a proof of concept now. I mean, you have to build something and take it to the next step. I mean, conceptually, it's a great idea.
Great idea.
Another piece of the patent is a clamshell configuration where you can take your existing similar to the phone thing, and wondering about your thoughts on what might be more marketable.
No, what you have is more marketable.
I think so too.
What you have, you don't need a self-contained. Self-contained, everybody's doing. We missed that boat.
And
right?
That's a separate thing. Now you have to have this thing in your kitchen that you stick it in when you want it, as opposed to just hitting a button. I think if you're going to go for the market you're going for, I like your route better.
And really, I would, if I were you, and this is free advice as well, and I keep harping on it, but if you truly are in marketing, it's better to be first than to be better. It's better to be first in a category than anything else. So if you can truly figure out a way to say you're the world's first self-sterilizing spatula and own that trademark and own that space, you will own the category. Okay?
Cool, guys. This is great stuff. And I know we took a little extra time, but thank you so much, John and Michael, for your passion and your interest and your feedback. This has been the greatest feedback I've ever seen in history. Really unbelievable.
Okay, Donald. Good job. Yeah, greatest history ever.
Fantastic.
Until the next panel.
Best panel ever, right, Carmine?
And we're going to have a vaccine. We're going to have a vaccine by the election.
That's great. We're not going to get political. It's okay, but I'm just saying.
All right. Hey, listen, guys. Thank you all for participating. I know this is not easy. Tomas, you get the award for being farthest away in Sweden, and but we do have people from all over the country: Baltimore, San Diego, Denver. It's awesome. And Carmine, thanks so much, Kathy, for all that you do, and appreciate it. If anybody wants to reach out, Kathy at uiausa.org. That's CATHIE at uiausa.org. My email is wtuttle, that's 2 W's, TUTTLE at yahoo.com. John, Michael, you want to give your, or just write to either Kathy or me.
I know it's not easy, and I think all the presentations were put together very well. This was great, and I really appreciate you allowing me to participate.
Yeah, ditto. I echo what Mike said. Just keep on inventing. You guys are brilliant, and this country was built and built on ideation and invention. So we need every invention you can get. So
awesome. Well, let's do it again in the spring in our spring program. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having
everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we will catch you next time for our workshop. You